Melissa here, coming at you with another pick a card. This one's gonna be on how others view you through their eyes. Disclaimer, guys. Sometimes we don't see or resonate with how other people see us, so in no way am I saying that whatever comes out in these cards is necessarily true, but it will be an interpretation of how others see you. So please don't come for me today. I'm not saying that this is the way you are. This is how others view you. And how other people view us it's not always an exact representation of really who we are, because, you know, sometimes people don't really know us well. They only see bits and pieces here, or what we kind of want to show them. You know, we do wear that mask, guys. So it's very important to note that. Before we get into it, please check my description box on, you know, how to reach out to me. My Instagram page will be there. My email will be there. People have been doing a great job of, you know, reaching out first to the email before paying. The PayPal button there is strictly for tips. If there's anything that you enjoy about this video, please don't hesitate to. Like I always say, it's never expected, but always appreciated. Lastly, if there's anything that you like about this video, please don't hesitate to give me a like, comment. Like I also always say, reading your comments are the best part of doing this. I enjoy, you know, the feedback. I enjoy, you know, engagement. It's also another way to enter into my monthly prize giveaway that I do each and every month, which is a 10-minute free private reading with me, which is an estimated value of $35. So without further ado, guys, let's get into this, starting with pile 1. Okay, pile 1, let's see what's going on here. How are people viewing you through their eyes? And this is anybody, okay? This is not just romantic relationships. This is literally anybody that we encounter. Oh, wow. So this is the fun person here. We got a fun person here. We got like a person who has a lot going on. You know, it's really popping in this pile so far from what I see. Give me one moment. Okay. Wow. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about here in pile 1. So we have a very fun person here. We have a person here who has a ton of things going on in their life. This is the person who, you know, needs to be here, needs to be there. You know, phone constantly ringing, someone who has a lot going on, but in an interesting way, okay? I mean, it's a little chaotic with the tower, but it's very interesting here. We have someone who's doing a lot. You know, what I like about this and what kind of pointed to the fun, you know, to me, the funness I see in this person is this card right here with the 3 of Cups. You know how it's like, you see how it's like 3 women, they're holding their cups up, they're having a fun time, you know, they're drinking to, you know, success, whatever. So you are a girl's girl. You are definitely that girl who, you know, would celebrate other people's accomplishments. I don't really feel like a negative personality here, but I will say though, because we have this 7 of Swords here, people view you as not necessarily someone to be completely trusted, okay? Now, I don't know why that is. Like, I really don't. This is a general reading, but we do have that 7 of Swords card, and I can't ignore it. I can't ignore the fact that that's there. With the King of Wands also too, you know, very fiery personality, but because it's also a king, you could inhibit very strong masculine qualities. So, you know, how do people view women as aggressive or as, you know, male qualities, or, you know, aggressiveness, or it's like, just like that. You know, if someone was to be, you know, a person who you can't kind of walk over, a person who would, you know, speak their mind. Unfortunately, in our society, people would, you know, equate that to being, you know, more masculine, which is so sad. It's really sad. So we do have the King of Wands here. You're a very powerful person. Nobody can just kind of approach you with something, whether it's their opinion of something or, you know, what they, you know, they say that you're doing or anything in life without kind of backing it up. Like, They need to come correct if they're going to step to you. That's what I'm seeing here. You look like you're juggling a lot with this Two of Pentacles. You know, someone who is very much, you know, juggling maybe multiple careers, multiple interests, multiple friends, who knows? But, you know, it's a view, you're being viewed as, I would say, very exciting, because, you know, when you have this kind of personality, you would be viewed like that. You know, it's not like you're just, you know, always there by the phone to answer it, or always home. You know, you're always saying that you're doing something, you're here and there. So I could see here that you might be someone people really want to get to know. And that would kind of, to me, indicate that you're not viewed negatively. Because why would, if you were viewed negatively, why would someone want to come towards you? Okay, so I'm seeing here that, like, this is someone exciting to be around. Now, what I really like also too that I'm seeing is that we have the World card here with the Justice card here. So you're making a difference in the world somehow. I don't know what that is, okay, guys? General reading, again, it could be through your job. It could be, you know, how you inspire others to change or see things. You know, maybe you're teaching people about manifestations. You're making a difference. You're making a difference somehow in the world. But you're also viewed in the world as something like highly regarded, okay? So this also is good. Now, we have some cards down here that take me somewhere else. We have the Five of Cups, the Death card, and the Strength. So people feel like, whether they know you very well or not, you would be viewed as someone who potentially has had a hard life, or that you look like you have someone like an old soul. This could be an old soul. This could be someone who, you know, you would be like looking at them and thinking, that person's been through some things. Like, you just get an energy about it. Like, I've met people like that where I'm like, I can tell that person's been through some really dark experiences. So there's something that you carry with you that you might not be aware of, that people kind of pick up on and sense. You know, it very well might be that they have told you about this. But if they haven't, you have not told people about this, they sense this in you. There's a sadness. There's a sadness here. And I'm not saying that you're walking around like, you know, with like this guy with his head down. It could come out here and there where people catch glimpses of it. So they also view you as quite vulnerable as well, which is good. It's really good. You know, we should be a little vulnerable. We shouldn't be so tough. But a very strong character here. You know, the Strength card would also tell me that too. You've, you know, really been through some things. Sorry, guys, I'm having a lot of problems with my tripod today, so I'll be adjusting it periodically through this reading. Sorry about that. Yeah, so, you know, definitely someone here that I want to say is well loved, but also feared to some degree, just because, you know, like I said, we see that King of Wands card here. So that would indicate that, to me, that, you know, if you're going to come to this person and step to this person, you better come to correct, and you better back it up with facts. So I like that. I like that a lot. Now, with the Death card too, you could also be transforming yourself constantly. This could be a person who's always reinventing themselves. So let's say you have friends that you've known for maybe 10 years. You've been maybe 3 different people to them. That's kind of interesting to me. And, you know, it actually is good, because we should always be reinventing ourselves, always. It's actually, you know, what we're supposed to be doing here on this earth. Okay, sorry about that. I've just fixed the tripod. Yeah, so, you know, I'm okay with this kind of personality. I think that, you know, if you're watching this and you're kind of wondering, you know, oh, well, I don't want to be taken like that, I think this is actually a really great personality, and exactly how you should be perceived in a way. Because, you know, I don't get with this pile that, you know, it's a doormat here, or anyone who's going to kind of, you know, be able to, you know, walk through your house with their dirty feet. So this is a very strong individual, very strong, and, you know, well-respected. That's the key here. Now, like I said, I don't know what this Seven of Swords is about exactly. It could just be in the indication and subliminally, like it's basically saying that you might want to be careful with this person. You know, you might want to be careful with this person. So when I say that they don't trust you, I think it's more along the lines, if I'm correcting myself now, that, you know, they'd have to be very careful if they wanted to kind of, you know, do anything, you know, because like I said, there's a fear aspect here. So you could just even be, you know, very stern in the way you speak, or, you know, the way you come across. Like I said, you don't have to be going out there and saying, you know, I'm going to do this and, you know, I'm like this and I kick people's butts every day. No, you can translate to other people how you come across just by how you speak. If you speak very eloquently, you know, you have your ducks in a row with, you know, all your big words, you know, tone is up, that can come across as aggressive and not to be messed with. So that's kind of where I wanted to kind of clear that up. But yeah, this is a very well-regarded person. I feel like you have, you know, many friends, acquaintances, people who would love to get to know you. You're always doing something new. So you come across as very interesting. And I feel like with this balancing thing here, with this Two of Pentacles here, people view you as quite amazing, like how you handle things. You know, maybe they know that, you know, you handle 2 jobs, or you're a mother with kids and you work. So they're amazed at how you're able to kind of deal with things and handle things. That's quite amazing. And the Tower would indicate that too, because maybe your life is very, you know, chaotic or full of, you know, life's boomerangs, but you're always there just calmly dealing with it, you know, and saying, hey, you know, I'm not going to let it ruin my day. I'm just going to go forward. You know, bad days don't last forever. So there's very much also a positivity about you that people really look up to. People are watching you guys. They really are, like steadily and heavily, I feel like, with this pile. It might be more than what you think. You know, people are not always going to tell you these things, how, you know, they view you. They're not going to sit there and say, you know, I'm really, you know, studying you. But this is the pile I feel like that is the most watched and studied. In the way you deal with things, people want to be very much like you know. Like I said, that strength card, you have a strength, but I feel like you also have had to be strong. Like it was kind of put upon you. Maybe there was always things going on in your life, you know, a lot of different things, like people dying, left, right, and center, and maybe like, you know, things not going right. So you kind of had to be like this person. I don't feel like you're just like born like this. I feel like life's issues made you have to be like this, but people are aware of it, and they want to take a page out of your book on how, you know, how to deal with these things. So this is really amazing. I don't really have anything more to say. Keep doing what you're doing, because, you know, when you can deal with these issues the way that you're handling them, you'll do a lot more better than other people, just as far as getting through, because life down here, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not a merry-go-round whatsoever. So you have actually the skill building, you know, and ways to kind of navigate through this earth plane. And so kudos to you. Thank you so much for watching Pile 1. Let me know what you thought. Okay, Pile 2, let's see what's going on here. How do other people view you through their eyes? Disclaimer again, guys, just because of what I'm saying here doesn't mean that this is exactly who you are. It's just that, you know, how people view us are not always the exact representation of who we are. We also wear masks too as well. So, oh wow. Okay, so this is an idol here. This is not just how people are viewing you. We're taking this up a notch with this pile. You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot in life. You know, whether it's conquering your dreams, whether it's trying to get to the top of your career, whether it's like a bucket list that you're trying to achieve. Like there's something here about achievement and good fortune, very good fortune. This is beautiful too. You know, I love this Page of Cups card because he's extending his cup there, you know. You know, this is really, you know, this tells me here, you're quite generous, you know. You know, this is a person who, you know, if like someone was hungry, You would like, you know, if they were just saying that they were hungry, you would offer them a piece of your food, you know, or, you know, send that meme to someone who's not doing so well, you know, someone who is like maybe without something. Oh, I have these, you know, old clothes. I thought maybe they're your size. I brought them for you. So this is a very generous personality, very humble I'm feeling with this. Even with you look at this card, the Six of Pentacles here, you see how this man is abundant and he's throwing some food into, you know, these unfortunate people's mouths. So, you know, you have a very generous nature about you, really generous nature. And I feel like actually because of that nature, you're actually attracting the good luck that you do, that you attract. I feel like with this pile, you have, I don't want to say a good life, but good things happen to you. Good things happen to you. And I feel it's because of all of what you're putting out to the universe. It's like, I'm grateful. I feel with this pile, I'm so grateful for what I have. And, you know, I want to share my abundance. And because of that, that's how I attract more. Interesting. But, you know, your mind, too, is also very interesting here, too, because we have this man with the Three of Wands. He's looking out, you know, towards the mountains. You know, there's a vision here. You know, you might be, you know, have a brilliant mind of, you know, whatever, inventions, ideas. Hey, you know, what if we did this and put this together? Wow, this would be something. Or, you know, why don't we, you know, go just, you know, I mean, like, not right now, because obviously we can't, but it's like, this is a person who's also like, you know, let's plan that vacation to Thailand. Why not? Let's do it, you know? Let's work towards it and let's do it. So this is very sweet with this pile, very sweet. I'm not really getting an aggressive personality in any way. I'm getting very humble and very kind. And I'm feeling like, because I said, because of this way about you, you are attracting. So people view you as a very abundant person, and they're not shocked when things come into your life. They're really not shocked. It's almost like they expect it because you're always saying good things, you know? Oh, I had this opportunity. This came in. Oh, I'm going to do this now. Oh, this person invited me here. Very abundant pile. Now, down here, like, see here with this Fool card too, there's always new beginnings. So very interesting person. You would be an interesting person to talk to. I feel like you have a lot of life stories too that you could tell. I feel like your stories would be actually very interesting to listen to. Very interesting. You might have had a lot of experiences that the average person wouldn't, but I'm telling you, you know, this could be a little side note. I feel like because of the way the energy that you exude, this is why you attract these amazing experiences, because you're open. You're really open. You know, with that Sun card there, I feel like, you know, it's telling me as a reader that you're extremely open. So you could be a very easy person to approach, you know, always with a smile on their face, you know, always kind of having this way about you. You know, you're that person who, you know, you're walking and you see someone far away, maybe an elderly person who's struggling, and you just run, you just flock to them and ask them how they can help, how you can help them. Or, you know, if you overhear a conversation with someone in distress, you're like giving your 2 cents in there. So with the Star card here, yes, you know, maybe you're aware of it. I don't know if everyone who's watching this pile is aware, but you could be also aware of what I'm talking about. Maybe you practice manifestations. Maybe you are aware of the law of attraction, that if you're grateful for what you have right now, that more would come just effortlessly, you know? This is beautiful. This is my favorite card, guys. If you're new here, I'm gonna tell you, my older readers, or not my readers, sorry, my viewers my loyal viewers, they know that I love the Nine of Pentacles. This woman, like I say, I like to teach tarot to you guys, okay? They don't put people on Nine of Pentacles cards for no reasons, okay? So she very much embodies Nine of Pentacles energy. She's a woman who is really satisfied with who she is. You know who you are. So people, they can feel that. You know who you are. You're not coming across as a woman or a man who, needs a self-esteem pep talk, or, a person who is, having any kind of doubts about their gifts or, their potential, you really come across as whole within yourself. And she would be, okay? Nine of Pentacles, this woman, she's satisfied with her life. She's happy. She is willing to kind of do whatever she needs to do to kind of get to what she wants. All those stars in that tree represent all the money in her account. She's also a person who doesn't ask anybody for anything. So you don't come across as needy. Like I said, with this pile, you're really whole. You're really whole. If you're having doubts about, yourself, but this resonates, I'm here to tell you through this pile, you're doing just fine. You're doing just fine, okay? You really are actually inspiring other people. Now, I don't know if they're telling you this. Not everybody will tell you this, please, okay? They won't. But you could be noticing maybe through your social media or whatever in real life that people are starting to kind of do things that you do, whether it's maybe, they weren't, that person who put up those positive memes and then all of a sudden they started putting them up because you kind of, or, people tell you that, they love how your outlook on life, the outlook here is not skewered. It's not skewered. This is a positive outlook. This is a positive person. But this is also very much a loving person. So whoever's around you, whether it be your friendships, your acquaintances, your workplace, acquaintances. One thing you need to know with Pile 2, they're not catching negative vibes from you. And what do I mean by that? Let me give you some examples. You ever meet somebody and they say weird things? Or do you ever meet somebody and they give you the creepiest feeling? Or, their body language is off to you? This is open energy, very open energy. So Pile 2, going forward, you're going to be, there's more to come. There's more to come. I would say get excited right now. That's if this is resonating, guys. If you're having, a boatload of problems with people or people are not, responding to you, this is not for you. Guys, not all the readings can resonate with everybody. There's thousands of people who watch this. So whoever this is resonating with will get the message, but there's a lot more in store, And you've only seen the tip of the iceberg here. But a lot of the efforts go towards what kind of energy you're exuding. And the thing that I like about this is that it's not fake. There's people out there who fake it. They really do. They do. I've known a couple. They fake this thing and then at home, they're just some different person. So this is authentic energy. And this is why, hence, you're attracting so much. So whatever you need to be aware of with this Pile 2 also is that people are receiving you very well. And you're doing something to them, whether it's in the conversation you have with them, whether it's your generosity. You're inspiring them to say that, hey, they can do it. Look at this guy. He's a planter. He's reaping what he sows. So, you're inspiring other people to know that, if you put that effort in and you really believe that you can make it happen, it will happen for you. So, wow, Pile 2, so far, this is the pile to pick, okay? Because we would want to be exuding this type of energy and we would want to be in a space that it's actually real. This is authentic energy. This is not someone who's faking. This is someone who's really at peace with themselves, flaws and all, and is really just making the most with their time here, okay? And doing what they're supposed to do, okay? They're aware. You are aware. So Pile 2, 2 thumbs up. Amazing. Let me know what you thought, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, Pile 3, let's see what's going on. Little disclaimer, if you didn't watch my intro, this is how other people view you. So, not necessarily is it going to be who you really are. It's how they're viewing you. And, sometimes people don't really know who we are. They don't, and we also wear masks. So let's just put it out there. Okay. So this is going to be, that pile that, you're going to have to kind of, if it doesn't resonate, move on. But this is a pile here that we got to talk about. We really got to talk about here, you know, because you're embodying a lot of different energies here that could potentially rub people the wrong way. But again, like I said, that has nothing to do with you, okay? You are doing what you need to do, and you do what you do. So we have the Queen of Swords here, first off the bat. You know, she's a character. She's a character. You know, she can be nice, but she's, for the most part, you know, like, yes, she's a strong woman or man. She's a very strong person, but at the end of the day, you know, she can rub people the wrong way because she has more of an alpha female presence. And it's kind of like, I don't want to say detached, but it can come across as detached in the sense that, you know, she will study you. She will study you when she first meets you. She's not that woman or that man who's just going to be like, hi, let's hang out. Let's be best friends. No, that's not her. Okay. So, we have the embodiment of Queen of Swords. So you could come off as a little bit standoffish to people. More like, you know, they're going to have to pass some sort of test before they get into your good graces, which nothing wrong with that. Okay. We need to be picky, especially the older we get. Magician card here. You are coming across as someone who can do many different things, you know, jack of all trades. That's what I kind of equate the magician to. He is, or she is, the jack of all trades. So you're almost like a Wonder Woman. You know, if people are aware of your private life, they know that you kind of are juggling a lot. You're doing a lot. You're handling a lot. You could be a very busy person, but maybe there could be some burdens in your life as well. You know, maybe people you have to take care of. Maybe you have, you know, a lot of bills on your hands, you know. So there's a lot of things going on. And that could also maybe, you know, be the reason why you could be standoffish, is that you don't really have time for people, which, you know, I get that, you know, I'm just like that right now. I don't really have time for people. I have time for my subscribers, but in real life, I'm very busy. Okay. So the Hierophants here as well. So you have some idealisms. You could come off very strong in your convictions of what you believe in, to the point, maybe in some situations where if you meet somebody and they're disagreeing, you know, with what you believe in, you could come across as very strong. Like it could kind of maybe hit you the wrong way. And you kind of, I don't want to say fly off the handle, but maybe, maybe you come out and you're just like, no, it's like this. No, it's like that, blah, blah. So there could be a little bit of fear with maybe approaching you about things. Maybe you don't believe in, you know, reptilians, you know, so if someone was to come and approach you, you'd be like, okay, that's absolutely ridiculous. You know, like get your head out of the clouds, that kind of situation. You know, but, you know, I feel like you're a person who could maybe, you know, resonate with it over time. Maybe you would go home and think about it, but, you know, off the bat, you would kind of just, you know, I don't feel like you would be that open to discussion about things, okay? You know, maybe you don't believe in aliens. It could be like that, you know? It could be like that. Or it could be about just the day-to-day things. You know, maybe you're a mom and there's another mother who believes in, you know, putting her child in the bed, you know, sleeping in the bed, and you're just like, that's absolutely ridiculous, which I agree with. That's absolutely ridiculous. You know, children need to be, you know, independent. You know, they need to learn how to be independent, because this is why, you know, so many parents are suffering out there. So I went on a rant, sorry, but I'm just trying to give you examples so that you can more understand where I'm going with this pile. Now, Nine of Pentacles, you're a badass. You are a badass in the achieving department. So, you know, this is not a person here who's asking anybody for a damn thing. They're going out there and they're making their own life happen. They are, you know, making their dreams happen. They are, you know, making their money. They're not asking anybody for anything. Nine of Pentacles energy, she's very much that self-made woman. So this is not a person here who would ask anybody for anything. Even if they were suffering, they would really figure it out on their own. And honestly, be like this person here. Like you see how this person maybe okay, so I just got it now. I got what this was about, the Nine of Swords. So you're more of a suffer in silence person. Sometimes people, that could equate subliminally to the pride, okay? Your pride is very high. You're not going to admit things. You're very proud. You're not going to admit, that you're maybe suffering at night. Maybe you're crying at night. If you're missing somebody, I don't know if you're mourning the death of someone, but you're always going to put this like best face forward. But people know though that it's just like a facade, and that, they can't get to you, like, because the vulnerability is a bit difficult here with this pile. You're not really into it. You're not going to really sit there on someone's couch and start crying the blues, or, complaining about your life. It's not you, but people are aware though that you could be suffering. Everybody's suffering with something, but you're just not going to show it in that sense. Now, this is interesting here with this High Priestess and Ace of Cups. The reason why this is poking out to me, and I think it's so interesting, is that you have a huge heart, but I feel like it's hidden. So people could take this pile very differently, and this could be the pile that's very misunderstood as coming across as maybe too aloof, detached, aggressive, but you have the biggest heart. It's just that it's not for everybody, You're not that person who's going to be like, come everyone, let me fit you all into my heart. It's not your style. It's not your style. So people maybe find out this after a while, once they kind of know you for a bit and you've kind of decided, okay, they're worthy. They're like, whoa, or maybe you catch people off guard, maybe you kind of come across as very, like I said, aloof. And then you just kind of surprise them because you overheard them talking about maybe their favorite cookies, and you saw them somewhere and you picked them up for them. And they're just like, what? Like, what just happened here? I thought she didn't even like me. Okay. That's kind of what I'm hearing from other people. Like their interpretation is like, whoa, like, I didn't really think, I was like, she was kind of into feeling me that way, So this is interesting here. We have, and in no way am I telling you to change. Absolutely not. I would never tell anyone to change. That's not my style. Okay. But I feel like the people in your life who know you well would wish that you would be more vulnerable with them. That's kind of what I'm hearing. So it's not coming from me. It's more coming from, I'm feeling like the people that are around you. Now, your coworkers are showing up here. So these are the views of your coworkers. Your coworkers could play maybe a big part in your life. Maybe you don't get along with coworkers, or maybe you do get along with coworkers, or maybe you consider your coworkers your people, like your family. I mean, it happens, guys. I have a supervisor that I wish was my mother, okay? That's how well we get along, okay? So it could be like that. But the Judgment card is here too. Let's talk about that. I didn't bring that up. It's very important to talk about every card here because I also like to teach you guys tarot cards, okay? So the Judgment card is here as well too. So there's some element of you that maybe feels like you would be judged if you kind of opened up more. Now this could go another way too. It could be, it could have something to do with the Hierophant, okay? Which is like the idealisms and your belief. You could be a judgmental person. People could take you like that, and it could come out with, maybe you're just talking about something you believe in and they find it judgmental. But like I said, you're very strong in your convictions, and you're strong in, like what you think about, like what you feel is important. But when you're expressing that, you might attract a lot of people who have different opinions about that. So, pile 3, not bad, not really bad at all. I just feel like people who are around you and how they see you, it has a lot to do with maybe them wanting you to be a different person. You could have a lot of people who are trying to change you in your life. That's not good. That's really not good. And I sympathize with that. So just kind of be who you are. If it's really who you are, be that, okay? But if you find that maybe it's just hurt, it's coming from hurt, you might want to work on that, like inner work, because we wouldn't want to be kind of like this personality and it wasn't authentic. You know, we wouldn't want it to be like this because maybe we, you know, have suffered a lot or we've let people in who have hurt us. So just kind of be careful with that, you know, because sometimes we can hold those things inside and it can make us physically ill. So just be a little careful with that. But yeah, in no way am I saying change. If this is who you are, that's who you are. So Pile 3, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought. Okay, Pile 4, let's see what's going on with you. And little disclaimer, if you didn't watch my intro, I am in no way saying for anyone to change. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you, this is a reading about how other people view you through their eyes. And, you know, it's not always necessarily true, like who you are, how people see you. We also tend to wear masks as well. Like that's a fact, okay? Psychology says we wear masks sometimes with other people who don't know us very well. So it might not be exactly the, you know, way you are, but let's just see what's going on here. Okay, so we've got a black magic woman. Got a black magic woman. Well, she's a black magic woman. She's gonna make the devil out of me. Okay, so for my viewers that love my singing, you haven't heard that in a while, I decided to like put it out there for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, for if you're new, you're probably like, okay, this person's batshit crazy. No, I sing when I see the High Priestess because she's very interesting to me and she always makes me think of that Santana song, Black Magic Woman. So there you go. Anyways, so we have a person here who is exuding High Priestess energy. You know, we have the Hermit card here. We have a lot of cards that actually I have to talk about this with people's backs turned. That's interesting to me. You know, we have is this the Eight of Swords? We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Six of Swords. We have a blindfolded person. We have a person walking away holding a bunch of things. So this is a pile here who I don't feel like necessarily is tainted because of things that have happened to them. I feel like this is actually authentically who you are. It's a person who is, and I hate the word loner, but it's a person who is really content with who they are and just being with themselves. So people kind of view you as a person. Now, don't take this the wrong way because I have to say what I feel. And because of the backs turned, I feel like you're not even really that noticed sometimes. You're able to kind of fall into the crowd and kind of like maybe go under the radar, okay? Because you're very to yourself. And I feel like you're not necessarily that person who needs to be like that life of the party or that person who walks in like Snooki, party's here. You know what I mean, okay? You're not that person. You don't care. You don't care about being a part of the crowd. You don't care about fitting in. You don't care about any of that stuff. Good for you. You're already winning, okay? By thinking that and feeling that, that's it. This is resonating. You're already winning because why do we feel like here in society that everybody has to be the same? That's something I'll never understand for the life of me. You know, especially the worst thing they do is in schools when they, you know, want everyone to be the same. That is just so annoying for me as a person, okay? So we have a bit of a person here. You know, High Priestess, yes, but you're very represented by the Hermit. That card is sticking out to me. You do your own thing. You do your own thing. You know, you really couldn't give two SHITs about hanging out or if someone calls you or let's say, for example, you're at work and a whole bunch of girls are getting together. You don't care. You really don't care about if you're invited. So you're very much an individual. And you're viewed as, you know, pleasant, but I don't feel like people are viewing you that much, like to say things because you don't really share much. You're off in your own world. This guy's walking across the beach. He's looking at the moon or the sun, and that sun is looking at him. I think it's the moon. I'm not sure. You know, this here, you know, she's blindfolded, like I said. You know, you could have a lot going on in your life that needs to be taken care of, and that's also why you kind of keep to yourself. Maybe you just don't resonate with people on this earth plane, or the people who are around you. Maybe you haven't found your tribe. You're just coming across to me as like, let's say, okay, I've encountered people like this. They're very interesting to watch, you know, because you carry High Priestess energy, there's going to be a mystery about you, but there's also going to be something that makes people, even though really don't have much to say, but still like interested. So let me give you an example, because examples save my life when I'm trying to explain something. I used to know a girl in a work situation. She would never really talk to me, like where her desk was, her back was turned to me, but I would always find myself looking at her. And I didn't really understand why. And it's not because I thought that she didn't like me or anything like that. There was something about her energy. It was strong, you know, and it kind of made me feel, and I don't know if that's because, you know, I'm, you know, like aware. I'm an aware and observant person. But something strikes me that it was like very old soul energy. And I'll tell you, when you also have an energy like this, where you're not looking or seeking for validation for people, or you really couldn't care less about if someone invites you to that party, you're going to be more interesting off the bat, and like right off the bat, okay? Because you're not seeking what most people seek for, which is that validation, you know, someone to talk to, you know, and you really know who you are as a person. So I don't even get that you're like bothering people for advice. You know that if you meditate on it for a while, all the answers will come to you. So it's not even like someone who is seeking outside influences to kind of even help them with anything. This is a really bomb ass pile. I feel like you've gotten it. You've really gotten it. And I don't know that it's because of, I don't feel like it's like in other pile. I felt like it was because things have happened to that person. I don't know if I really feel like completely that it's because things have happened to you. I feel like this is just the way you've been born. You might have always been like that person who was like off drawing somewhere in a corner, or, you know, would rather, you know, read a book than maybe go out and hang out with your friends. We have to treasure people like this. If I'm talking to any mothers out there as well too, if you have a child like that, please don't force them to be outgoing. Just let them be who they are. As a mother of three, my first daughter, I did that. I threw her into a bunch of activities and then she changed. Now she's like, you know, really outgoing and, you know, fits well into society. But my other daughter, I'm not trying to change her. She's having that same behavior and I'm like, be you, be you, be you. So don't change your kids if they kind of exude this. You know, we don't need to be like, you know, always feeling like we need people to like us, you know, fitting in, you know. We need to be more like, you know, like this pile, where this pile is very true to who they are. I feel like you also have elements of your personality in this pile that you love who you are. So people kind of get the idea too that it's like you're quite content. It's not even like, okay, you know, there's people out there who have anxiety and are loners, but they want to be a part of stuff, okay? This is not what I'm saying. You're a loner and you're good. You're all good. You know, you'll go out there and, you know, have a meal with yourself at the restaurant. You'll go to a movie alone. You will, you know, travel alone. You're good. You're good. And I'm going to tell you something. People might not say anything to you about this, but if you have characters around you who tend to be more desperate, in the sense that they always need somebody, they would actually look up to this personality. So if they know you, you know, this is actually reminding me of, when you see women out there who maybe have went through a long marriage and then they divorce and then they're like, I'm good with my space. I love my company. I have my job. I have my friends, and I don't really, you know, need to kind of go down that road, like very content and secure with oneself. So this is wonderful. This is really wonderful. Now, because I have the Four of Swords here sitting next to the High Priestess, you could be a person who's coming off a little passive aggressive, okay? In the sense that people can't really It's hard for people to approach you with things in the sense of, you know, if they wanted to kind of stir up some shit, they couldn't. You would know how to kind of get out of that. You know, this is very much feels like Pisces energy. Pisces people, I'm not saying you're Pisces. I'm just trying to use the example of a zodiac sign to explain what I'm saying. But Pisces know how to kind of get out of things. So do Libras, okay? They know how to like maneuver their way out of, you know, like things that people are trying to do. This is very much like that, okay? So people find you a little passive aggressive. You know, I don't really get that you're highly emotional or people could get a reaction out of you. So people kind of are just like, they keep it brief. With this Five of Pentacles here is interesting to me too. I like how this person is trying to kind of chase after this woman who's just like, bye, like, see you, like she has her back turned, you know, a lot of backs turned here. So no one can really thrive, like, you know, around you while creating drama of any sorts, or, you know, you wouldn't stand for, you know, even maybe like a man who is trying to come to you and step to you, who you know is no good. You know how to, like, this is a very healthy boundaries pile as well. So you're aware, you're very aware, and the self-esteem is just off the Richter in this pile, okay? Self-esteem is off the Richter. So I know it's sounding like a little bland, but at the same time, you're well regarded. You're well regarded by others. I would say so, okay? You're well regarded in the sense that, you know who you are, you're authentic, you keep to yourself, you don't cause, you know, this is not a chaotic pile where I saw in other piles. You're very just much like, you know, doing your thing, and it's well respected. You know, people like you, they do. They don't really find any, you know, issues with you actually at all, as maybe just the passive aggressiveness. You know, nobody can really catch you in anything. You know, if they tried to kind of start something with you, you would know how to, like I said, maneuver your way out of that. So I don't really have anything more to say, pile 4. Let me know what you thought, and thank you so much for watching.